one was tough. The defendant was charged with operating while intoxicated as a subsequent offense. We considered him for sobriety court. Autumn Kiefer is his probation agent and did a lot of work on this case. He certainly needed our services, but his employment as a union contractor just made it not really feasible for him to participate in our program. His job sites move from place to place. Sometimes they were far away. The job paid well, but basically Mr. Bird Beckett didn't like being on probation much. Autumn Kiefer is here and she filed a probation violation alleging that he has failed to report on a monthly basis. I kind of lost track of him. I think he went to California. I'm not sure. Anyway, that is the allegation. According to the status report, I think we last saw him in March. Is that correct, Autumn?
No, Your Honor. He last reported initially before the probation violation arraignment was in May.
May.
Since then, we did see each other and speak at the last hearing, and then he did make contact with me again yesterday, inquiring of his attorney's contact information.
All right, so he's back in contact with you.
He has been, yes.
All right. And what's your recommendation?
I did update the status report this morning. I went over that with Ms. Strong. As you indicated, Mr. Bird Beckett just doesn't want to be on his probation. He had completed inpatient rehab. I had requested assessments from there. I have yet, as of today, to receive those. He did obtain another assessment through a therapist in Kalamazoo, but he stopped going to that gentleman as well. He's just too busy for this probation is what I feel. This probation for him is a nuisance. I even tested him at the last hearing and it came back negative diluted. So I wasn't even able to get a good specimen at that point. My recommendation at this point is to have him pay the remaining fines and costs. He's been on probation this month for 13 months and to unsuccessfully discharge him.
Mr. Bird Beckett, you have a right to have a hearing on this matter, where it must be established by at least a preponderance of evidence that you violated your probation. You have a right to have an attorney at that hearing, and you asked for such a hearing, and we appointed Ms. Strong, and she's here now. You also can simply acknowledge the violation that you failed to report, and then I'll proceed to sentencing. The recommendation is that we simply discharge you from probation. You pay the balance that's owed. The original sentence had a large amount of jail deferred. So we're going to talk about that. You were very intoxicated at the time of your arrest. I think 3 times the limit, 2.6 something. One option was a treatment program. The other option was this probation. And it was an inconvenient nuisance for you. Ms. Strong, what's your client wish to do?
Thank you, Your Honor. I've spoken with my client numerous times regarding the recommendation, regarding the change in the recommendation, and to address some of the concerns that Ms. Kiefer raised about his participation in the program itself. At this time, he is acknowledging that he did fail to report on a monthly basis. We have signed the probation violation advice of rights, and I've had a discussion with Ms. Kiefer regarding possible outcomes that could be fashioned for Mr. Bird Beckett. So he does intend to admit at this time.
All right, Mr. Bird Beckett, you acknowledge you did not continue to report to your probation agent.
Yes.
And why is that? She was fearful that
shift.
you just moved back to California.
No, Your Honor, I did not go to California.
Did you go for the graduation?
No, she didn't end up walking the ceremony. I went to the night shift at my job, and I was working 6/10s minimum, sometimes 7/12s. I have pay stubs to reflect all of that. No, I've been here in Marshall working the entire time.
Are
I
you
never
still at the Blue Oval
Yes.
project?
Yes, I am. In fact, I'm wearing a blue oval shirt under this one.
Well, depending on who you ask, they either think it's the greatest thing or the worst thing to come to Marshall. I don't know.
I'm working on the power plant for the plant.
Oops.
And when I went to night shift, I just lost track of days. I didn't leave anywhere. In fact, I haven't had a whole weekend off, and I'm not sure how long. Well, this holiday weekend, but before that. Roughly 60 hours minimum. And I working nights, I just lost track. I've since gone off of night shift because I couldn't handle it, but I'm still there.
All right,
In fact, I was there this morning.
in the original report that says conviction, Case Schaefer, I don't remember where his prior conviction was.
California.
Ms.
That's
Strong,
3 or 4 years ago now.
it was 2021. You did complete that probation. Ms. Strong, what would you like me to know?
Thank you, Your Honor. I would ask the court to consider the fact that Mr. Bird Beckett has been on probation for a significant amount of time. This is his first official petition for a probation violation. He has indicated to me that he is prepared in the next week or two after he receives his next paycheck to pay the balance of his probation oversight fee and fines and costs in full. I would ask the court to see the fact that he does have a full-time employment. That employment is very important to himself and his family and being able to support his family. And if he were to serve a significant chunk of jail, which it seems that the probation officer is no longer asking for, that he would possibly lose that employment and be back in a situation that could trigger a relapse. He did complete some inpatient rehab that he can speak more to as well. He has tried.
I wasn't clear about that. You had some treatment, you had a girlfriend who was given treatment. One issue is people that work projects like this, construction guys, trade people, they're at a plant painting it or building it or doing electrical or plumbing. They work very hard all day. They go to the bar, then they go to sleep, and they get up, do it all over again the next day.
Quite honestly, I don't have time for that.
All right,
I
well,
wouldn't be able to make it to work.
do you have time to do the balance of 82 days of jail that I originally
I
ordered?
do not.
Yeah, this is,
But
you were running your own program, as Judge Noacker used to say. You were passed out drunk in the parking lot at Home Depot.
yes,
They took you to the hotel. They didn't arrest you. They took you to the hotel, said, don't drive anymore. Go sleep it off. You walk right back out in your truck and get in it and take off, drunk, and they arrest you and you're a .262. Now, I'll give you some consideration. You don't have real good judgment when you're very drunk. So the best thing you could have done is gone in there and gone to sleep. That would have been the end of it.
yes.
But you're a danger to me and everybody else who drives. So we couldn't get a good handle on you because you work so much. Tell me about what kind of treatment that you did.
I went to ICFR shortly after that. I believe before I even came back to court. Right after that, I've turned my life around since then. When I got laid off in December, I was having lots of urges. I checked myself back into ICFR.
All right, tell me about, what is ICFR?
That is in Indiana Center for Recovery.
Okay. So sometime in 25, you went back into the inpatient?
24 December, right when I got laid off.
Okay.
But I've been in contact with them continuously. In fact, I talked to Shane from ICFR this morning.
How long were you in there in
Alumni
December?
group, I'm in the chat group. I'm very much involved with everything in the alumni services.
How long were you inpatient the second time?
30 days, both
30
times.
days, 30-day stints?
Yes. And
All right, and when did you have your last drink?
not this year at all,
All right, sometime in 24.
sometime in 24.
How much does he owe on him?
$1,057.
He sure works a lot to not be able to pay any money.
Yep.
What's the deal with that?
I'm currently paying for 2 houses, but I can definitely pay with my next check. I paid, last time I was in court, I paid 200 before I left. And I can pay the remainder.
This really is just an inconvenient speed bump in your life. And paying it wasn't important. You went to treatment on your own terms, like it's just better than a poke in the eye. Your car got impounded. How much did that cost you?
I don't remember.
Probably several $100s. So Autumn, what's your thought?
I think we just need to get Mr. Bird Beckett off probation. I understand the initial incident. He was 3 times over the legal limit. However, like the court has stated, this is just a nuisance for him. And I
Well,
can't pull him across the finish line if he feels that he's already gone as far as he's going to go.
he's done 2 30-day inpatient stints. If he's being honest, I don't have a reason to think he isn't. He's been sober all this year. He's on track. If I drop the bomb on him, he's gonna lose his job. He is in the union. There'll be another job at some point, but I'm just offended by his cavalier attitude about it. For our people here on the landlord tenant case, thank you for your patience. For reasons I don't completely understand, they stuck 3 complicated probation violation matters in a 15-minute period between 1 and 1:15, and we're trying to work through those, but we'll be with you in a minute. All right, the probation is revoked. $1,057 due by next Friday, which is September 12th. Or 82 days in jail. I'll give you this, you can pay with a credit card. It's funny, when people are put in jail and they have to post a bond to get out, they always come up with the money. If I put you in jail and said your bond to get out is $1,057, you would come up with it and be out by the next day. However, when it's ordered as part of a fine, people don't have any money to pay it. So you're gonna pay it, or you're gonna do 82 days in jail by next Friday, which is September 12th.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, you don't live here and you don't work here anymore. So I hope I don't see you again, but I hope some other judge doesn't see you either. All right. Good to go.
Thank you.
Thank you, Aaron.
Thank you.